Yeah, it seems like there's different trade-offs like security, speed. How are you sort of assessing the various pathways that you guys can take as a service provider that uses these various bridges?
So we don't use a bridge, right? So bridge is essentially if you have a bunch of assets collateralized on one chain and the other chain, and you can essentially redeem one for the other, right? So that's a bridge. What we do leverage is the generalized message passing protocols, which is essentially a set of validators who verify the incoming transactions, right? So in our case, I think latency is super important. Like we want something that has fast finality and confirmations, and then sorry, we want to have something that can verify things and has the least amount of anything in between once a transaction has been submitted on chain on the source chain, right? So what we do is we assess who's the person who's validating these transactions, and are we comfortable? Do we think this sort of verification is sufficient, right? And we use that to make the call, right? At that point, if you have like I don't know 13 by 19 multi-sig or something like that, but if we really think that is sufficient, in the sense that we don't think those validators are going to collude for whatever reason, or we think it's very unlikely that a distributed system of 19 independent validators can be hacked, then I think that's an okay. I mean, there is some degree of trust, right? It's not 100% trustless. You are trusting certain parties, but then you have to figure out which parties do you trust the most, right? So that's true of any cross-chain application.